Hello all and welcome to Talk GCSE by GK Tutoring. Today I'm going to talk about Inspector Goole because he's not a normal character and all the examiners across the boards for English GCSEs absolutely love him. In an Inspector Calls, Inspector Goole isn't just there to ask questions. He controls the play, he controls the characters, and in many ways, he controls us as the audience. So students tend to often ask, is Inspector Goole supernatural? Is he a ghost? Or is he simply Priestley's mouthpiece? The best GCSE answers is don't choose just one. Because the best answers explore multiple interpretations and link them back to Priestley's message. That's exactly what I'm trying to explain here, and by the end of the video hopefully you'll be able to gain some more knowledge and add value to your own knowledge bank. So let's understand this. Inspector Goole arrives at the Birlings household unexpectedly, just as they're celebrating Sheila's engagement. So structurally, this is important because he interrupts their comfort, their confidence, and their sense of security. From the moment he enters, he takes control. So he decides who speaks, he decides what information is revealed, and he questions each character one at a time like a judge or an interrogator. Now, Priestley uses Goole to expose the truth gradually, building tension and forcing characters and the audience to confront uncomfortable realities. Although already this makes him feel different from the Birlings. Now, he doesn't fit in their world of wealth, status, and selfishness. The other powerful interpretation is that Inspector Goole is supernatural. First, you look at his name. Goole, Goole, sounds very similar to Ghoul, Ghoul, which traditionally means ghostly or demon-like figure associated with judgment or punishment. Now, Priestley choosing this name is unlikely to be accidental. Second, Goole seems to know things he shouldn't, so he knows the order of the events before they're revealed, he predicts how characters will react, and most importantly, he refers to future events when he warns of a fire and blood and anguish. Now, we need to bring in context here, and referring to context gets us the top tier mark as well. In 1945 year audience would immediately think of World War I and then World War II, events that had not yet happened in 1912 when the play is set. So this makes his knowledge seem impossible, suggesting he exists outside normal time. And also, there is the third thing that can tell us that he might be supernatural, because he disappears mysteriously at the end of the play. The police station has never heard of him, yet another inspector is about to arrive. This leaves the audience questioning whether Goole was ever real at all. In this interpretation, Goole becomes a moral ghost, which is sent to warn humanity. Now, when I talk about moral judge, when I talk about responsibilities, what he says that whether he was supernatural or not, Inspector Goole clearly acts on his responsibility. He takes it very seriously. His language is calm, controlled, authoritative. The stage direction describes him as creating an impression of massiveness, suggesting moral weight rather than the actual physical size. Unlike Mr. Birling, who uses status and money to dominate conversations, Goole actually uses truth and logic. He does not shout, but his words carry a lot of power. His final speech confirms his role, which is linked to responsibility. We are members of one body. He speaks with absolute certainty, using almost religious language. Now, this positions him as a figure of moral authority, teaching a lesson rather than conducting a normal investigation. What might be a fantastic way to explain him, or we can say his effects on the characters. We can talk about Sheila and Eric because they end up accepting blame. We can talk about Mr. and Mrs. Birling because that generation refuses responsibility no matter what. And we can highlight generational divide if the question's requirement is that. Now, in terms of Priestley's character Goole and its impact on audience, Goole acts as a mirror. His questions force us to consider our own actions and responsibilities. Now, in that sense, the inspector never truly relieves. His message stays with us. Now, so, is Inspector Goole supernatural? Possibly. Is he a moral judge? Definitely. Is he Priestley's voice? Absolutely. So the most powerful GCSE answer shows that the inspector works on multiple levels at once, and that's what makes him a brilliant character. Now, if you remember one thing, remember this. Inspector Goole exists to teach, to warn, to remind us that our actions matter. And if his name really does hint a ghoul, Ghoul, then he's the kind that haunts consciences, not houses. Now, if you have understood this video and you want to see more and more of these, I'll be more than happy to make them, but I do want a bit of push from you guys, so please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.